Why Arc Raiders No Wipes is a game changer. First of all, I would like to thank everybody that participated in my last video. You guys are fucking phenomenal, and I appreciate you guys more than you truly know. Seriously, thank you for all the support. You guys came out in droves and expressed to me how much No Wipes means to the Arc Raiders community. In totality, I see how much this game means to you guys, and important features such as No Wipes is something that you guys really put high on the pedestal as far as game features that need to come through with good refinement and be everlasting within the experience. And I don't fault you, because without a proper endgame or something to play for, what is Arc Raiders overall? All right, it would just be a wash of a game, and an experience you and I personally wouldn't care to partake in. But thank God we have Embark Studios, and these devs seem to have a fucking brain. These guys have been on point with us, and it seems as though the community census is that No Wipes is the route to go with Arc Raiders. Now guys, currently, don't forget, we are in the month of October. This is going to be the launch month for Arc Raiders. Oh baby, I'm excited. I know you're excited. If you are excited, make sure you hit that like button, and also consider subscribing to the channel if you care to stay up to date with anything Arc Raiders related. Now, I know we have plenty of reasons to live in this world, okay? But this right here, this right here, I had to put in the video because I just found it hilarious. If you're chuckling right now, guys, make sure you hit that like button. But to get back to business here, guys, I'm going to break down my thoughts on the No Wipes situation as a newbie to Arc Raiders. I feel like you guys will really appreciate what I have to say. Also, on top of that, I'm going to be looking at your guys' comments on my previous video and just seeing what the community is saying overall about Arc Raiders. And then ultimately, I have a reaction video from another content creator discussing No Wipes. So this is going to be an action-packed value video that you guys are going to enjoy. And without further ado, let's hop into it. This is all happening because of you folks. Now, the No Wipe system, there had to be some type of feedback where Embark made the wise decision to go this route. I didn't know how important the No Wipe system was to this community until I made that video yesterday discussing it openly, right? Just trying to gauge your thoughts, guys, and see and feel where we were at as a community. And now I see concretely No Wipes is the way to go with Arc Raiders, hands down, no debating, okay? Now, with that said, why I personally feel like this is going to work, because it is the Embark way. Embark does everything that is unorthodox in comparison to what the industry deems as standard. Okay. These guys just don't follow the rules, and it's fucking amazing because they stand out to you and I and actually end up standing for something. Period. Okay. Most of these gaming companies just follow the mold of what was done and don't take any risk while doing so. All right. And Embark is going the exact opposite. They have a third person No Wipe extraction shooter with PvE in it. Okay. Did I say that right? Did I fucking say that right? Let's go. Okay, baby. Hey, give me a like for that. But you see where I'm going with this. These folks have been against the grain day one, and it's paying dividends in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure you folks feel the same way. All right, guys, now it is time to check out some of the comments left on the subject matter of No Wipes. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Vogue Snooks, hopefully I said that right. He states here, wipes are a bandage solution to a bad economic issue. Hopefully Arc Raiders has better solutions to wipes. End quote. Now, VS is not wrong here. The economy system within Arc Raiders is going to be something that is very important to nail. Now, mind you guys, I know a lot of people have been speaking of the prestige system. That's not really a thing just yet at all. That's something that we have to wait on and see how we go about that, right? If it even becomes a feature within Arc Raiders. Nevertheless, what he's saying is valid here. You have to make sure the economic system within Arc Raiders goes off without a hitch for the most part, right? We don't know how this plays out long term, but forward facing, No Wipes is something that I personally am looking forward to. Along with you guys, we all echo that sentiment there. But we have to see how this plays out, because there has to be a overall answer to the issue instead of just patching things up for the time being. I want to fully see how Embark Studios rolls out its plans and ideas around the No Wipe system in its game. And I have a feeling later this month, we're going to get all those details. Callie Garner states, the prestige system sounds like a really good idea. I have 3 kids. I am a disabled veteran and it's really hard for me to play all the time, and I think the prestige system idea sounds awesome. But like you said, it's to be meaningful and the rewards need to be tempting enough for me to say, okay, let's get these perks and unlock this new vendor where I could get some awesome weapons and attachments for those weapons. End quote. Now that comment there, guys, was taken from Solo Geist's video. It was highly liked and it's something that I just wanted to discuss. Callie Gamer is probably in the same boat that many of us are. We don't have a lot of time to devote to just sinking in and grinding Arc Raiders all day. We have lives, we have shit to do, okay? So I totally get where Callie Gamer is coming from. If Embark Studios somehow figures out how to make the prestige system, or however they go about this thing, because we don't know if it's going to be a prestige system per se, if they figure out how to do wipes respectively, it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a game changer. But what is that carrot that they're going to dangle in front of us? Guys, we just don't know just yet. But I feel as though we're in good hands, and I feel personally that Embark Studios will figure that out. But ultimately, I don't know what gets us there, and that's what kind of has me curious and a little worried too as well. Hopefully, we'll get the answers soon enough. Advanced Post states, prestiging should be giving every time one more slot of safe storage. Unlock clothes colors in progression, tint, bronze, silver, platinum, pearl, maybe better binoculars or scopes, and maybe even a better layout of your hideout. End quote. Now, Poe, I'm not against that at all. I like the hideout thing. I thought that was cool. I think a upgraded hideout, that would be cool and something cool to show off to your friends or whatever. However, I still think that's light. okay. And I'm being very respectful when I say that. I still think that we could do more to make the significance of the prestige system or whatever we do to progress forward and reset be more worth it, okay? Because again, if we go down that route, yeah, that might get some, but far as me personally, this black man, that wouldn't do it for me. That wouldn't do it for me. Sounds cool, but I would definitely need to get more from Embark Studios if I was going to Prestige. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know what that name says. Chat, help me out, I don't even know. But my man states here, Prestige will unlock an Indiana Jones skin so you could raid the Lost Ark. End quote. Now, for real, I'm not even gonna lie, that sounds pretty lit. Indiana Jones. listen, bro. Listen. That sounds pretty lit to me. Now, if we're able to unlock these like epic skins, like some crossover skins or whatever, for a short duration of time, if you hit whatever level or whatever the case is, that could be a nice incentive. I would like to see something even more than that. Again, for me, for Abel Green to Prestige or just reset my shit, it gotta be good, bro. It gotta be good. But that Indiana Jones thought, I'm vibing with that. I think we're on the right track, and I think Embark could hook up something like that. Okay, guys, you already know what time it is.
It is reaction time. Oh, baby, oh yeah. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Yeah. Do you feel the flex? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, with that said, I am going to be reacting to Identity's video. And the title of his video states here, Arc Raiders give 0 Fs about opinions. No wipes changes the genre for good. And then in the thumbnail, as you guys see here, he has no wipes crossed out. All right, we got to see what my man is talking about. I will have all Identity's links down in the comment section below. Guys, make sure that you support a fellow Arc Raiders content creator, okay? We got to support our people and keep these healthy gaming conversations going. We got to, okay? So make sure you check my boy out. So with that said, let's hop into his video and see what this young man is talking about with no wipes. This is going to be good.
This is possibly one of the best things that can happen in a game like this. If you don't know what no wipes means, don't worry, I'm going to break it all down in this video. But first, understand how ambitious this is for Embark to even entertain. Every single extraction shooter out there relies on wipes. It's what keeps content fresh, keeps hardcore players grinding.
And see, this is what I just learned, guys. Again, wipes is something that I never really thought about because, again, I wasn't a big extraction shooter guy, but here we are.
And gives them something to chase. But at the same time, it alienates everyone else. Casual players, people who don't want to see their entire progression erased all the time. All that effort, gone. And most of us don't and have 18 hours a day to throw at a game just to start over every season. Now, just so we're clear, a wipe is when a game completely resets your progression. Everything you've earned, unlocked, and built up for that season is deleted, and everyone starts back to zero. It's like erasing your entire save file on purpose, so the entire community is forced to regrind from scratch. Hardcore players love it because it creates a race. Who can get the best loot and builds the fastest? But for the casual player, it can feel like a punishment. No matter how hard you worked, it all disappears. Here's the important difference with ARC creators: no wipes. What they did say is that they've entertained the idea of adding a prestige system for players who choose to reset on their own terms. But that's optional, not something forced on the entire community. So progression is protected, and the decision to start fresh is left in the hands of the player, not.
I feel like that's just like so key. Just giving people the option, the sole opportunity to be like, hey, I want a prestige, or nah, fuck that, I don't want to do it. I think Embark is so smart for that, and I cannot state that enough.
And honestly, that prestige system, if it ever makes it in, could be the perfect middle ground. Hardcore players who want that fresh race experience could prestige voluntarily, wiping their own progress for bragging rights, new cosmetic rewards, or unique perks, which will also give an incentive for others who want to do it to get those unique perks or whatever else they decide to add. Meanwhile, casual players who just want to keep building and playing at their own pace can continue without disruption.
Now, I have to ask you guys, just be very honest here. Be very honest with me. Would you guys prestige if given the opportunity? Like, seriously, like, how many of you guys really would? Right? Just off of something basic, right? Say that they didn't give you a, like, shiny toy for prestiging. It's just say it was just a feature, like how Call of Duty does it. Just a fucking feature. Just hey, you can prestige. Would you do it? Would you do it? I you guys know my stance. I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. But let me know down in the comment section. Are you the type to just prestige to prestige? Let me know, because I really want to see, do you guys really need an incentive, or you guys are just like, give us the option and I'll do it anyway? Like, I really want to hear from you guys. Let me know how you feel on that front about prestiging overall in general. I really would love to know.
But ARC Raiders is such a great game that they can afford to take this risk. They have the vision and capability to pull it off. Honestly, this speaks to me personally, because as a player, I almost never do things conventionally. If there's a meta, I'll push against it. If there's a playstyle everyone swears by, I'll find a way to counter it. That's just how I play. It's who I am. And Embark's philosophy feels like it lines up exactly with mine, going against the grain. And usually that's the unpopular opinion.
Yo, just like I was saying, folks, just like I was saying, Embark being different, to make a standout title such as this, you gotta do the unconventional thing. And Embark is just totally front running that. And other content creators and community members see that. We're seeing it firsthand. These guys, we all get how Embark is riding out with this game. They want to be different. They want to challenge the status quo. And I personally could really appreciate that. And I know many of you probably feel the same way.
Because when you go against the grain, people resist it. But sometimes the unpopular opinion is exactly what changes the game.
Yeah.
And right now, Embark is proving they're willing to take that risk. Oh man. Every time I think ARC creators doesn't get any better, they go and do something else that sets them apart from the normalcy of these extraction shooters. They did it with the Raider Den, creating a true home base that feels alive. They did it with skill trees, giving players meaningful choices in how they grow. They did it with recipes/blueprints. Which are infinite, by the way, once you collect them. A huge departure from the limited systems we see elsewhere. And now they're sealing it with this no wipes. And who knows what else they'll introduce into this game. Bridging the gap between hardcore players and casuals is something that has almost never been attempted before in gaming. You're either a sweat or a casual, bottom line. And it's never really been figured out how to merge those two worlds. But ARC Raiders is trying. And that's where it gets interesting, see? Because with such a hardcore PvE element inside the ARC, And with a natural mix of player personalities from helpful to toxic, that collision creates tension. But within that tension, a coalition can be found, and that's something special. And here's something I want to highlight that's important. This is also what makes it so hard for developers when they're deciding who to cater to when it comes to content and nerfs and buffs within the game for the community.
Right,
do you build around the sweats, the veterans who've been supporting your game for years, or do you build around the casuals who come in, spend money, and then leave, only to repeat the cycle later? Most studios choose the casuals. It's the smartest business move. They're seen as the cash cow. But the sweats are always there, grinding, supporting, and yes, spending money too. What Arc Raiders is doing with no wipes eliminates that whole dilemma. Not only is it changing the genre for the better from a gameplay standpoint, it's changing it for the better when it comes to game updates and the overall quality of life. And here's the proof. Tons of PvE players who usually say they're never interested in PvP couldn't get off the tech tests. Both of them. They couldn't stop playing. One player said on Reddit, "I've been playing every extraction shooter including any play test. I'm in total love." Another added, "I've been playing like non-stop today. Low-key addicted." Don't take my word for it, take theirs. If players who swear off PvP found themselves hooked on Arc Raiders, that says more about the strength of these systems than anything I can explain.
So it seems as though my friend Identity is saying that they kind of solved something here, something that was missing in the extraction shooter scene overall, right? It seems as though that they have met a intersection for gamers that enjoy the PvP aspect of the game along with PvE. Right? And then along with the systems that Embark has incorporated within Arc Raiders, it's keeping everything healthy and interest up through their experiences. And to be fair, I would have to echo and say, yeah, that is true, because I know when I played Arc Raiders, I didn't want to stop. I honest to God didn't want to stop. And that wasn't too surprising for me because I do love PvE and I do like PvP. So when you mash them together, typically, I'm gonna be into that. Real shit. That's just me personally. However, how Embark Studios has carried this is totally remarkable and unique unto them. So kudos to these folks. And Identity is totally right here. Embark Studios has solved a bit of a problem here that typically you would see in like an extraction shooter or a PvE type of game, and they just got it all merged in one here, and it fucking works.
To really understand the impact, you have to look at the rest of the genre. From what I've researched, Escape from Tarkov built its entire identity around seasonal wipes. Hardcore players love it because it resets the race and creates hype, but it also creates burnout. People grind insanely hard for a few weeks, then disappear until the next wipe.
The cycle.
Hunt Showdown has its own version, resetting progression and forcing you to chase what you already had. As I said, it keeps the sweats engaged, sure, but it pushes casuals and part-timers out of the loop. And games like Marauders and The Cycle lean on the same formula with the same results. Short bursts of life followed by drop-off. And honestly, this is probably the #1 catalyst. One of the main reasons why extraction shooters are not favored, or why a lot of people veer away from them. The constant resets creates negativity around the genre as a whole. And I think Arc Raiders, or Embark Studios as a whole, doesn't want any parts of that negativity attached to their game, even though it's an extraction shooter in this sense. That's why this decision matters, because it's about trust. It's not really about no wipes. Overall, it's about trust. Trust that the game they've built has enough layers to sustain itself without artificial resets. That players, whether casual or hardcore, can coexist in the same world without one side being sacrificed. And trust that sometimes going against the grain is the only way to truly change the game.
He is so right there. Embark Studios, I believe he's on to something with this identity. Let me get my thought out here, guys. Work with me, because I try to think as I'm going here. He's right. Embark Studios has created like layers to their gaming experience ahead of what we would bump into as problems. It seems as though that they already thought out issues in this form, right? Like player boredom, anticipation, pacing of the game, and all these things were heavily thought out before I think they even attempted building. Okay. And it seems as though through their meticulous thinking that they almost have circumvented all the issues that we would normally have in experiences such as this. Okay. Now, I'm saying this early. I'm just going off this video and vibing, right? I'm just going off this video and vibing. But maybe they have really resolved most of those problems, right? Most of those issues where gamers get nervous and they be like, I don't know if I can lay my head down here and stay with this. Maybe Embark Studios has truly thought that much ahead to keep themselves well and healthy through and throughout their experience here, right? As we play their game. Maybe we're well taken care of, well beyond what we're really thinking at the current moment. Identity, well said here. I'm feeling you on that. I'm really feeling you on that.
But so many people are interested in popular demand, the meta in every category. Basically, the meta is the most effective tactic available. So this translates to any subject. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be gaming. At the end of the day, choosing to launch with no wipes is a statement saying, hey, we're confident enough in our systems, our world, our vision, and to let progression actually matter. It's them rejecting the safety net of forced resets and instead trusting the community to create the stakes. And if it works, it could completely reshape how extraction shooters are designed going forward.
Yeah.
Because once players get a taste of meaningful progression, especially in a genre like this, that also isn't ripped away every season, it'll be really hard to ever go back. Meaningful change.
So folks, what do you feel about what Identity was saying here? Meaningful changes. Is Embark Studios making all the right changes for its game here? I think so, honestly. And I never really thought that deep about how far forward they thought about their gaming experience for Arc Raiders. I honest to God did not think how far they thought about their game. Okay. Now, with that said, maybe, just maybe, the experience is far more deeper in their systems, far more refined than you and I ever thought of. Okay. And that in particular could be the very thing that sets them apart and puts them miles ahead of the competition. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you give it a big like. And again, consider subscribing to the channel if you have not done so already. If you did not check out my last video, it was another Arc Raiders banger. Be sure to click here and I'll be sure to see you there.